Hi, I'm Colleen, and welcome back to another episode of the Just Colleen Podcast. Don't let life get you down. This is a short audio podcast on everyday life and feelings, sharing insights to see the brighter side of life. Shout out to Gaither Valley Rescue of North Central Arkansas for all the amazing work they do. See link in the description below. Ghosts are real. In this episode, metaphorically, are you being ghosted? Let them. I have come to love the let them movement, allowing others to take responsibility for their own actions, which is credited to the amazing Mel Robbins. Instead of getting upset at other people's actions or trying to control their behavior, just let them do what they're going to do. And don't take it personally. Quoting Mel from 2023, when you let them do whatever it is that they want to do, it creates more control and emotional peace for you and a better relationship with the people in your life. All right, let's start off with the fact that ghosting, for those of you who need to know what ghosting is, it's basically the withdrawal of contact of a person by another person or a group from important or pertaining communication. Yes, when someone or a group of someone's just stop including you in events, meetings, communication, or just general exclusion. You know, it's never a good feeling when this happens, and most of the time it's without explanation, without reason. It just happens. You may even try to reach out, attempting to keep constant communication, yet you get nothing in return, no response, and sometimes for weeks, if you get it at all. You start thinking, what did I do? Maybe what did I say? I am here to tell you, it may not be you at all. Family and friends may get caught up in their daily routines. Others just seem to forget. But then you start seeing it happen in the workplace, or you seeing it happen more often. We all have those friends and family that we don't talk to or see on a daily, monthly, or sometimes even years basis. And we just seem to pick up right where we left off. I personally have an amazing lifetime bestie, hey Kathy, that at one point we didn't talk for over 20 years. Then it was as if we were just having coffee yesterday. So I came across a fabulous article in Forbes about ghosting in the workplace. This is what I'm going to primarily address, as I have personally experienced this one, both remote and in corporate. Workplace dynamics, they tend to change from time to time, as we all know. You get new coworkers, new bosses, new roles. Those who are less apt for change, though, can be left quite frustrated. But then there are those, like myself, who are totally open to change. It's enlightening to see change occur. But sometimes the newer dynamics don't prefer those who are so open to change. That's when you will experience feelings of, say, confusion, isolation, and sometimes frustration. No one seems to be getting back to you in a timely manner, not including you in meetings, keeping information from you that is imperative to your job or your position. When this happens, here's what you want to do. Take notes. Keep track. Actually schedule a meeting. Then take this discussion directly to the person or persons you feel may be ghosting you. When the response comes back, if it does, you may actually be surprised that this may have just been an oversight or a misunderstanding. Do know, though, this still is a primary red flag. And I use the term red flag because that's how I personally note my emails, meetings, and calls that are left not responded to. In your meeting, explain how the lack or delay of responses actually makes you feel. Does it make you feel undervalued, dismissed? Does it make you feel irrelevant? They need to know this needs to be addressed. Regular check-ins using professional dialogue Again, as in my last episode, only summarize personal discussion and personal feelings when necessary. Request assistance in understanding what the situation is and be proactive. All right, here's the however. If the silence continues or you are provided possibly excuses you know are not legitimate, it's actually time to come to a realization you are being ghosted. Pay attention. Maybe you're on a Zoom call or in a meeting and your comments repeatedly go unnoticed. Are people now having the tendency to avoid eye contact with you? Are they turning away from you instead of sitting and looking directly at you? Or do they maybe appear uncomfortable in your presence? Do you feel that they don't want or need you there? Is there maybe some background chatter that's going on? You know how those inter-office rumors go, which may in fact create a background hostile work environment, which leads to a gradual degrade in your morale or your position in an active role. Another cue here is when your responsibilities, and listen up on this, when your responsibilities, projects, tasks are either being reassigned to others without clear explanation, or you see that your ideas are now being credited by others. So this in itself is a very clear indication that your role is being phased out. This may be with a workplace or even with people that you surround yourself with. Clarity with reason from higher ups or besties is crucial at this point. If the feedback you request, again, is unclear or reasoning is sketchy, subconsciously, your confidence will automatically diminish. Your motivation is no longer a primary. And stress, I can't even emphasize, stress on any expectations, being accused of maybe what was assigned to others. These are all flags. Recognize and be aware of these signs, of these red flags, as early as possible to avoid any escalation in yourself or in the workplace or with your environment. And yes, ghosting does apply to family and friends and even acquaintances. Ghosting can really tear even the most professional person down and is in fact noted, and I'm going to emphasize this, as bullying. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's get to the how can you turn this around. Again, communication, emphasize. And if that doesn't work, remain calm. Take a deep breath and maybe take a few days away, if you can, to gather yourself. In doing this, you're going to reflect on you throughout this ghosting process. Have you maybe become more angry as this escalated? Have you become more upset? Are your feelings being devalued? Are you feeling irrelevant in your position? Well, I'm here to tell you, you are not. So remember, they ghosted you. So this is not your issue. It is theirs. I know, it's a difficult pill to swallow. I understand this. You are just not the right fit for the other person or the workplace dynamics that you're in. And it's okay. Remember how we talked about lists? Let's take a pause to remember who we are, what we enjoy, and what we love doing. Sometimes, like me, we have been so far away from what we really enjoyed doing for so long that it may actually take a few months to remember who you were and what really made you happy. What helped you to breathe again? And what possibly your next moves are going to be. When you jump into your next life challenge, you can and will be more prepared for the red flags. So listen to your gut. Listen to your intuition. It may tell you something even before the red flags occur. And it's okay. If not, remember you may be there in that position, in that relationship, as either a lesson for you or a lesson for others to learn, being a conduit. Don't give up on yourself. Take a breath and put on a big smile. There is a whole life out there for you to discover and experience with or without these ghosts. As a master life coach, if you find you may be experiencing ghosting with work, friends, family, or relationships, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to do a one-on-one. I also have additional professional resources which may help for those escalated issues. You can reach out and schedule using the link below in the description. You can also join our private group, Let's Talk Topics. Links to Mel Robbins' podcast, Let Them, and the Forbes article can also be found in the description below. For algorithm purposes, and so that I can get on to another platform, let's keep pushing for followers, likes, and comments. I know, it's a plug. All right, catch you next week for another episode of the Just Colleen Podcast. Don't let life get you down, and have a fantabulous day.